Well, we got best guess for a potential market correction, crypto market. Thinking around the 27th-ish, plus or minus a little bit. I was talking with Rob from oss.cc, and he does these time cycles and things, and some of his data is lining up with what I was getting with my, from Woo basically, very end of the month. And I said, I replied, I said, if I had to throw a dart, I'm feeling like right around the 27th. And then he showed me some stuff. I think it was astrologically as well. He goes, yeah, it's kind of also pointing there as well. So there's a couple of other things pointing there. But again, nothing is for certain in this world. Nothing is for certain. We could get, all right, data's well over 55 cents. I sold, waiting for the pullback, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, it's 70. Oh crap, it just hit 80 cents. Oh my God, it's $1. That's possible. Which is why I always say, you have a trade bag of whatever coin it is, you shouldn't be trading the whole damn coin. Like, have a stash of it that, if you believe in the coin to begin with, it's one of your HODL coins, but you realize, God, I need to trade this thing. There's too much volatility. Don't trade the whole entire bag. Because, like I mentioned with my DigiByte move, this is one of the first moves I did, when it was, well, actually it was the second one, I think. It was like, got in at 1.9, it went up to 2.3, boom, sell, give me my, like, whatever it was, 30% or some nice profit. And then it went to 27 or 2.7, back down to 2.5. I'm like, oh my God. Another 0.2, that's, I mean, percentage-wise, that's big. I do have my HODL stash that I can't miss it. So I took that and got back in. Well, not in, but sold. Took the profit out. And then got to a point where I could get my DigiByte back. And now I've got my trade bag, so to speak, but I also have my little stash spot of DigiByte too. So with Theta, it's kind of the same thing. I am not willing to play with my Theta like that. Unless, I'll give you the same example, unless 70 cent, 80 cent, oh my God, we got out at, whatever, somewhere between 55 or a little higher cents. I've got it posted on Patreon. We'll just say a little bit over 55 cents. Great profit. Again, I've got from 10 cents, 15 cents, 13 cents, 12 cents, 11 cents. I've been all over the place with Theta. If I'm averaged at around 12 cents, 13, whatever, 13 plus 13 is 26. 26 plus 26 is 54. It's at 54 right now as I'm talking to you. That is a 4x move. Again, not real upset if I were to sell right now. But again, if it goes even a little higher, great. But if I pull that trigger and the order fills, let's say, that order fills, and it doesn't crash down like we're thinking, the market, and it continues on going up, and again, 75, 80 cents, oh my God. That's when I say, that little HODL stash I said that I don't want to touch, I have to go touch it, because I've got to capture this now. More incredible profits. Instead of a 4x, it's now a 6x. Take it, whatever. 5x, 6x. I may have to grab some of that and dump that for the profit, and then hope, okay, now we're probably gonna have the pullback. And if it keeps on going, well, damn. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, I guess, at that point. But we'll see. Again, nothing's set in stone, but Cliff Hyde mentioned, he said on Twitter, he emailed me and Bix a while back on this too. He said, he was kind of like rerunning some old data, some old WebBot data that he had, but because it seemed like 2016, 17, whatever of his data really was for right now, 2020, and I've already been over this earlier this year, showing you some of his WebBot reports. I was actually reading some of them, and it's incredible how accurate they are this year. So it was 2-3 years off, or whatever, more like 3 or 4 years off technically. But the data is now here on point. So he said, well, let me go relook at some of the crypto stuff and run a few little queries and whatnot on it. So he said, I think if he goes, it's an if this is right, we're going to see gold, silver, and crypto kind of run up at the same time. If that happens, then I'll be more confident that there's going to be 3 pullbacks in the crypto market specifically. He goes, we'll know for sure after that first one, after that temporal marker for the first one hits. So when gold, silver, crypto started rocketing up not too long ago, he said, okay, this is it. Now let's wait for the potential pullbacks. We got the first one, this last pullback that already happened, a few weeks ago. That was it. So now there's 2 more. So again, I'm sitting here saying to myself, well, end of September, just call it October, if you will. November, December, that's only 2 more months after October, November, December. And there's 2 more pullbacks. We've already had one. Could one of them be here at the end of September? Another one? Sure. And then maybe another one, I don't know, just throw a dart November sometime. And then maybe December kicks in and oh my God, we start rocketing again. And then 2021 arrives and then holy crap, cryptos are really looking good. That kind of a thing. So there's a few scenarios is what I'm telling you that seem to suggest there's going to be, at least according to Cliff, 2 more pullbacks. I'm just saying for now, I'm only getting 1 with my woo-woo stuff and a couple of woo-woo people that I know. And every time I ask, it's the same. Yep, nope, it's still coming. End of the month? You sure? No, nope, end of the month, end of the month, end of the month. So on that note, let's look at a couple charts here. This is, we got DigiByte. 24, almost 25% move here. From when I opened my fat mouth yesterday. Snip. Do you remember any of y'all OGs? You remember back in 2017? When I would talk about a coin and the market would move? And I'm like, nah, that's too much volume over there. I don't think I did that. And then people are like, Joe, no, this isn't the first time that's happened. Okay. But in all fairness, man, I mean, this is a lot of volume down here. This is a lot of volume. Look at this over the last few days. Not that much volume. And then all of a sudden, I open my fat mouth. Again, I have to say, do you really think I did that? I have to say, I don't believe it. And it would be great for me to say, oh, no, that was me. I take all the credit. I've got such a following, and these people must have money who follow me because they're moving the market. It ain't me. I already was back in the market, I already told you when I got back in. So, but no, the truth of the matter is, again, I read you the tweet from Rudy Bowman. Stay tuned for basically big news next week about DigiByte. They've had a second conversation with a very big top 10 something IT company that works with governments and stuff about their ID system, the Autumn or whatever they call it, ID. DigiByte's one of the few things DigiByte does, as in more than one thing. Maybe that's what caused it. I don't know, but it's pretty awesome to see a 25% gain or 24.5 whatever percent gain that same day to the next day. That's pretty cool. Theta, on the other hand, we're back at 54 again. 6.78% today, basically. I mean, I'm not going to count the wicks down. It'd be a little bit higher, obviously, if we did that. More like maybe what we got if we did get down to the bottom, and then the top wick 9%, whatever, 7%. But again, there's that 56, 58 was back there days and days ago. And with my timing of what I'm getting from my guides, and I of course I hope they're right. I mean, it would be just incredible to me that not only my dreams, but the pendulum is a force to be reckoned with as well. Because I'm, allegedly communicating with my same guys. I do the same thing. I'm talking to them. And I did get a dream last night, actually, which was a real weird one. About my foot. My foot getting they were like trying to inject me with oh, I'm going in to get my foot fixed. And I'm like, I realized I already canceled one time, and I'm like thinking, oh my God, I need to cancel again. They're going to try and inject me with something that's not, oh hell no. No, this is nefarious as hell. I got to get out of here. And when I realized the rooms I was in, they were all glass doors and stuff, but they were like 2-3 inch thick. Heavy duty. And I'm like, no wonder why. They trap people in here. So I had like these little sharp little screws or nails in my pocket, and I like dropped one on the ground. I kind of stepped on it, and it embedded in my foot. And I'm like, oh shoot. I'm like, crap. I just got a thing stabbed in my foot. I got to go get this out in the bathroom. Can you let me out real quick so I can go out there to the public bathroom? All right. So they open the door. It slides open. I go out, public bathroom. I yank that thing out of my foot, and I ended up finding, I felt like I was in a mall. Like there's people everywhere, little food court. You know, I'm out in the, I'm like, okay, I'm safe now. And I met this other guy around my age, and he was a little suspicious himself for a similar reason. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, no, they were just, there's more to it. They're not just here to hear, like they're gonna put you to sleep and they're gonna inject you with whatever, I don't know, tracking chip or something. And it was a pretty intense dream actually. And but I escaped and I got out of it. You know, I outwitted them basically. Said, oh no, you don't. You're not getting me. And I got out of it. So that was kind of a weird dream last night. But I was asking my guides, because I'm like, do I need to be talking to Richard, you know, woo dude, every few days? Because I feel like just hearing his voice or seeing his face, it's like the energy, the psychic, whatever, rubs off on you. Like it enhances. Like maybe it enhances. So I'm like, man, I need to get a little, you know, I need to charge my battery up and give the old guy a call. It's been a few days. But I really believe that. I remember the first time he came on in the live stream, and he didn't want to show his face. I'm like, all right. And then he's like, well, let me show you something, this crystal ball thing. And then he shows his face on accident. You're like, oh, well, there's your face. And I'm like, well, we could edit it out at the end. You know, I'll put on private, and then I'll edit it and then make it public again. And at the end of it, I'm like, I said, you know, I feel like we need to just leave it. Because he's like, do you really, does it matter? I said, no. Honestly, I was like, no, for you, I'm just going to respect your privacy. You didn't want it. So I said, I feel kind of like people need to see it. Like there's going to be something about just seeing your face, like, oh, like they'll download something. I was like, it's weird. I said, I don't know why I feel like that. He goes, okay, then we need to leave it. And I'm like, okay. And then we did that one live stream with JC, and people were emailing me, him, JC. JC couldn't sleep that night. I was tossing and turning for hours all night, and I was tired when I got done. That was a long live stream. And then I just tossed and turned all night long, could not sleep. Woo Dude got zero sleep. JC was tossing and turning. He was getting emails of people saying the same thing I was getting. Joe, I couldn't sleep last night after watching your live stream. And it wasn't like we got into some crazy, oh my God, you guys talked about this most incredible stuff, and I was thinking about it all night. It wasn't that. It was just people tuning into a live stream. It wasn't something super duper, you know, awesome to talk about. It was a cool live stream, but nothing extraordinary. And like it affected everybody, which was crazy. So anyway, I'm just saying I may need to call and charge up my battery for Woo Dude. And I'm not really not had that happen, by the way. Being around other psychic people to where I feel like I'm being enhanced, I should say. When me, Dave, and JC are together, there is an energy formed that draws people right to us. And for some reason, a lot of women, especially, who then open their heart up to us and tell us our very personal, private things. And it's kind of therapeutic, I think, in some ways. But we're not a therapist, but just people, men too. You know, they're just attracted to. When we're together, it's just like a good vibe. Called a good vibe. I'm talking about good vibrations. Good vibrations. That's all. But in saying that, I didn't feel like, oh, I've got psychic ability. I can, but I don't know, you know, because maybe Richard's unlocked this for me now. Maybe I will tap into some of that with some other people in the future when I meet up with them, you know, some psychic people. So I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling now. So anyways, we need DigiByte and Theta to kind of, you know, the next, let's see, 21st, again, 27th-ish. We need some moves, and I'm just going to put this in this general direction, basically, to head this way. And again, if we get up to like 80 cents or something, boy, I'm gonna have to dip into the old reserves and sell some more. But this is kind of the path that we need both DigiByte and Theta if they're to do this together. You know, in other words, they're both going to rise at the same time, kind of a thing. And this wouldn't be the first time that the decimal point was the only difference between DigiByte and Theta, by the way. When I was talking 2.7 cents, I got a 27. Theta went to 27 cents. And then they both came back down. So I was like, whoa, that's like almost like identical. So maybe we'll see Theta and DigiByte at the same kind of a price with, you know, decimal points moving around, kind of a thing. You know, 1 decimal point off. So we'll see. Got some other videos now. Let's talk some politics, some crazy stuff going on, indictments or subpoenas coming. I told you it's going to get interesting. Q said look up for the, what was it? Was it the 16th to the 21st or the 18th to the 21st, whatever it was, and then I don't even know the dates now, but I did a video on this, so we'll see. I'll see you in the next video.